So grateful. This kind of thing.
So here we are, and we're going to start with the roller down our spines, so head to tail. And then when you're on your back here, head and tail supported, you can slide the arms forward to like lengthen the neck. Rotate the arms so the palms are up, and then slide the hands out in a T position. Feet are grounded, gaze is soft and to the ceiling above, and just a little gentle rocking from side to side. Put that massage between your blades at your sacrum, and then tug in the shoulder as you go side to side. And Naomi, you can modify this even with like that hand, you want to place it on your belly so that the arm has more support and you don't get that big pull into the shoulder. It's a little harder to balance, but it might feel better across the muscles of the shoulder joint. Oh, good. And then from there, we come center, and we'll lift the arms up, big hug, a big embrace over the chest, and then exhale, pull the arms open gradually, slowly towards the ground. And of course, if there's any pain issues, you watch your range of motion. And go super slowly, even if you're not matching the speed of other people in the class. Blades are wide as you bring the elbows out and up. And then the blades narrow underneath you as the arms descend. Take your time so that you're not using momentum to lift and just falling into gravity on the way down. You want to feel a little bit of drag. So you're resisting gravity on the way down, add a little bit of drag as you resist momentum on the rise. And let's do that once more. And lift the arms up and point the fingers to the ceiling. You exhale and breathe out, the belly deepens and the blades sink. Inhale to lift the arms, shrug the shoulders, exhale, pull them back down. If you're feeling uneasy with your balance, winding the feet helps you with that. If you want more of a challenge, bring the legs a little closer, the feet a little closer. You shrug the shoulders up and the blades pull apart, the back stretches. Then as the blades go down, you feel the stretch across your chest. Shoot the arms up to the ceiling, let them fill with helium. They fly up into the sky, and then pull the blades down, nice and slow, nice and easy, releasing and relaxing in towards the floor. So we shrug up and then exhale and melt down here. One more just like that. This could also be done with your hands on your shoulders. You could just pull the elbows up and sink them down. And then from there, we'll bring the arms down your side. They reach long and forward. And then the right arm lifts up to the ceiling and back by your ear. And let's exhale, just switch the arms. One goes forward, one goes back. And you switch as you breathe. Focusing on the air going deep into your lungs. And then pumping it out. Just where you feel the stretch when the arm goes back. Is it going into the armpit? Is it just in the tricep? You feel the stretch in your waistline, front, back, and side. While we do this, this is asymmetrical work into the core, so you will think about also keeping your feet nice and steady into the ground. Each foot balanced on 4 points, the big toe ball of the foot, the pinky toe ball, the inner heel, and the outer heel. And then we can bring both arms up to the ceiling and lower them down at your side. With the hands to the shoulders, right to right, left to left, we scoop the elbows in, exhale, up, out, around, and down, circling the elbows and shrugging the shoulders here. We massage out the back and move the scapula on top of the roller and underneath the ribcage. The more mobility you have, the more stretch you'll find. And then we can pause and reverse the direction. And do one more here. To move into big circles, so arms lengthen at your side, arms go up and back by your ears, and then circle around and forward. So if you wanted the variation for that, you could just bring your arms at your side and do small circles with the hands at your side. But otherwise, reach back, circle forward and around. Feel the body goes open to the ceiling, and then you reach out long, slicing the air with the sides of your arms. We'll finish the circle and then reverse it. So that the palms are up, the arms go back and reach behind you. Exhale, press them forward and down. Circle again. Keeping the movement in a range your body can support. It's also important when you take your arms back that you lift them a little bit off the ground. It helps keep the ribs grounded, but it also feels better in the joint itself. Do one more this way. And then close that down, arms stretch towards your heels. And now bring your hands together for diamond arms, thumbs together, index fingers together, elbows wide, and you sweep the shape back over your face, and then exhale forward over your belly. Inhale to take it back now. Exhale to pull it forward, and a little bit of pressure, hand to hand, will help you work into the arms and into the engagement of the upper abdominals under the chest. Just do one more of these. And forward. It's good. And then we'll slide off of the roller. And now take it across under your shoulder blades. To be near the base of the blades, near the tips of the shoulder blades. And support your head with your hands. So just twist to one side, rotate to your right, keeping the left hip down, and then spin and rotate to your left, keeping the right hip down. Go from side to side. If your roller is too hard, you can add extra padding, a towel, or a folded up mat on top of it. Even the end of your own mat could work for that. Rollers come in different densities. That makes a big difference depending on how sensitive you are to pressure. Or I guess how oblivious you are to pain. And we'll come back one this time to the left. And then here, slide the roller back so it's under your neck. You can lay on it with your knees together, your feet apart, and hands hold the outer edges of the roller. And turn your head easy from one side to the other. Getting a nice massage into your neck. Don't force it, it's super important for the neck here. But you do want to think of going across the base of the skull. Now that you sort of know your range, just stop with your gaze above Now here, we're just going to move, keeping the head still, take your eyes to the right, and then back to the ceiling. I'll do that 2 more times. So eyes go over to the right, back to the ceiling, 1 more time, out and down. And now turn your head to the right. See, like a little bit more mobility there. Come back to center. And then let's do a test drive to the left. So turn your head to the left. And then come back to center. Hold the head still and then take your eyes to the left. And back to center. Do that 2 more times. Left, back to center. And once more, eyes left, head still. Back to center. And turn the head to the left. See if rotation either goes further or at least feels easier, and come back to center. And then here, change the angle of your head, the angle of your gaze, and rock a little bit side to side there. So you're working a different point into the skull and or into the neck. And then we can lift the head. Let's take the roller across and lift. The head goes down, hips lift up in a bridge, and then bring the roller across the glutes. Hold onto the roller, pull one knee in, then the other. And now the knees will sway from the right to the left and back again. So tip way over, let your gaze go away from your knees. Exhale, pull the hips and the knees to the left as you turn it to look right. Right shoulder blade stays heavy onto the ground. Exhale and move here side to side. Hopefully getting a nice little stretch across the diagonal. Here in the low back, across the hip, and into the upper thigh, and over we go again. Keep the shoulder girdle steady while you move the weights, the hips, and the legs. We'll go back once more to the left. And maybe ease out of the big twist. Find your left glute on being pressed into the roll and do little circles with those knees to give yourself a massage into that glute here. And then we reverse the circles. You're looking for the spot you need to release. It might be more lateral, it might be more medial. Come back to center and to the right. And do a few circles here. And then reverse course. Back to center. So lift the legs up to the ceiling. We'll start with scissors, right leg back, left leg forward. Big stretch. And then switch your legs. Reach across the room in opposite directions. And we switch here. And again. We'll do one more set. The legs just slide past each other. You're holding the roller underneath here. And then those legs up, externally rotate, and the legs pull apart sideways. And then lift as you pull them together. Let's take it apart again. And close the legs, pull them tight. And one more. So holding the roller under your hips, and the right leg goes out, the left one stays vertical. Exhale, pull up, lift the leg, draws an arc through the air to the top, and then the left one goes out while the right one is vertical. And we pull that one up as well. So 2 more sets of these. Inhale, the right leg falls without pushing the left leg away from its vertical position. It's going to want to move sideways so that you feel more balanced in the movement, but we're looking for that asymmetry to turn up the core. And last time here for the left leg to go down. Stretch it out, lengthen it out, and then pull it on up. And then fold the knees in, lower the feet down. Lift your hips and rotate the roller under you so you're in a fresh spot under your sacrum. And then here we'll slide the right leg forward. The knee can be bent or straight. You might pull the left knee in if it's too much for the back, or just bend the right knee. And then we'll take the right arm back if that also feels good in your body. Just stay here with the back of the hand resting on the ground and the heel connected to the floor if possible. And breathe in fully, completely. And exhale it out slowly. One more breath with that one. Feel the body stretch and lengthen on the inhale, and then feel its weight sinking down on the exhale. You can pull that right side back up and started, and the left side extends. Left leg, left arm back. And again, if necessary, if it's easier on the back, you can pull the right knee towards your chest. It gives you more stretch as the leg is forward. And hopefully feeling the stretch of the tissue as you breathe, as you rest here. Let's take one more breath. Right, and both legs forward, both arms back. Just really open up the front line of your body to the ceiling. And one more breath into this stretch. The arms can come back, the feet can come back. Get your feet under you, push down into the floor, so lift the hips, and we slide the roller out, and put it off to the side. Okay. Extend the arms and legs again. Legs pressed together. We're going to do a roll up here. So you lift the arms, weight in the shoulders, lift your head, neck, and chest. Big exhale. Drive forward and over, your hands slide down. Your legs towards your ankles, towards your feet. And let the head hang here, bend the knees as necessary. Curve your waist back. And then we'll stack the spine bottom to top, and we're going to go back into our hundreds here. So we'll take the arms forward, articulate the spine down to your upper curl. These can be folded in. Lift them, extend the arms at your side to plank. If it's hard for you to hold the head up, you can take the ball behind your head, or you can lay your head down onto your back. If this is too easy, the legs would extend up and out, or they could just go out with the knees bent, so you feel maximum work in your lower abdominals. Small pumps with the arms here, make them strong, however, and press the inner sides of the legs together here as you reach. So you feel some firming up on the inner thighs and the transverse abdominis, pelvic floor as well. Keep lifting your head, trying to pull your chest forward and down. We're creating a crease at near the bottom of the rib cage in the front of the body. Go for one last breath here. Deep breath in, long breath out. And then fold the knees in, the head goes down, and we turn the head side to side, releasing the neck. Moving into a roll up, you have the option of using weights in your hands, or if they're bent around your legs. We're going to reach the arms back and behind, or of course nothing at all. So we lift the arms, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Big exhale to pick the ribs up. And then you make a C curve out of your spine as you dive forward over your legs. Feel the stretch in your back and the back of your legs here. You can lift the arms up, more difficult, or keep them low on the way back down. Imprint your spine down one vertebra at a time. Go all the way down to the ground, and the arms yawn behind you. And we lift again. As you lift the arms, feel the scapula fall into the floor, eventually leaving them behind you as the head pulls the spine up and over. The weight straight behind you like a cape, slipping off your shoulders. And then we'll lift the arms and then curve back down again. The tail curls up, up, up until you get the base of the ribs down, and then the tail flattens towards the ground as you stretch the rest of your body along with that. We'll do one more lifting here. Coming up and then over here. Now, if you want, you can continue this exercise, or we can go into a rollover, so it's your choice. I'm going to demo the rollover. The arms come forward and around at your side. You can pull the knees into your chest first. And then with the legs together, extend the legs up and slightly forward. It's like jackknife only with low legs. So we're going to swing the legs up and over, push the floor down with your hands. Lift your hips in the air, look up and back, and then we flex the feet at the ankles, open the feet 3 to 4 inches, and push the floor away from you with the heel of your hands. The shoulders will curve up as you go into flexion through the upper back, and you lower your pelvis down, you reach the legs forward, close the legs, and take them up and over again. If you're sitting this one out, maybe a good thing to do would be to use the TheraBand around your feet and just point flex the feet so that you get a nice stretch in the back line of your legs, which will be necessary when you get to this exercise later on. Feet reach out at your working level. You want to feel your abs, but not your back. Legs are together as they come over here for the first 3 sets. This is 3 out of 3. Open the feet 4 to 5 inches, flex here, reach back for your heels, and curve the body down. Remember, the shoulders can come up. It's better than having you feel the tension in your throat. Take the legs forward, point, close the legs, open them. Now we're doing 3 more sets. The legs go over with the legs apart. Close them now, flex the feet, and try to lower the legs towards your chest as you come down to get maximum stretch in the back line of your body. Push the legs out to working level, point, open, push down, lift, use the exhale to pick the hips off the floor, close, flex, and down we go. Imprint your spine down, the vertebra one follows the other in sequence, and we'll do the last one here, apart, push down, come up, close, flex, and down we go. And from here, we'll lower the left leg down and take the right leg out on the diagonal, maybe 30, 40, 45 degrees off the ground, and walk up it. So it's like a roll up with one leg in the air and one on the floor. Pick up your head, look down your midline, and bring the left hand to the back of the right leg and pull yourself up here. So work all the way up. Try to sit as nice and tall as you can at the top of the movement. That's good, beautiful. And then hold the leg in position as you work your body down. You imprint your spine into the mat, your hands follow the spine down to the ground. At the end, the arms lengthen at your side, palms to the floor. And coming up again. Work it up. Big exhale before you need it. Chest widens as you try to sit right on your sits bones. And then look down, curl the tail forward and up. Keep the leg extended at the same height if you can. And I'll tell you, if the leg is too high, you're not going to be able to come up at all. So if you're finding that it's difficult, try to bring the leg a little bit lower. We're coming up now to perch on the sits bones and then try to increase the stretch in the back of your leg by bending the elbows to lift the leg a little higher. Even if the knee is bent slightly, as long as you feel the stretch in the hamstring, you're doing what your body needs right now. Good, and one more lift and lower. And then we walk it down again. The last one, if you want it, hands free. Stretching that out. And then pull the right knee into your chest, hug it in after that work. Do a little tug, a little love here, and then stretch the right leg forward. Shake out both legs and feel the difference in the 2 sides. And we'll pull the left one in now. Embrace it in. And it goes out and up on a diagonal. Try to approximate what you did on the other side. It may be a different sensation. So lift your head, look down your midline. The right hand now goes to the back of the leg. Avoid the back of the knee as you come upright with your spine. And the hands walk up towards the ankle as close as you can. And then we look down, curl the tail up, and press the hand into the leg and look out into the hand as you go down hand over hand. The arms stretch forward at the side of your body, and we're coming up again. So this is one you could also do, like starting at the top and just go part of the way down, and then back up again. It's also, if you're having trouble keeping the leg down, a lot of people use like an ankle weight on the bottom leg to help themselves come up. Particularly true for guys who have more weight at their shoulders. And one more time, down we go. Your arms lengthen your side to open your chest, and last time to go up and do the pulses. The extra stretch into the hamstring. So we pull the leg up and release it down. Try to go long for your waistline. Lift your foot up to the ceiling while you do this. And then we lift the leg, hold it in the air, either walk your hands down or release the arms forward. Keep reaching out through the foot, through the arms, through the gaze, as you bring your spine down to the ground. And then lift that leg, and now pull it in tight and brace it in. You do some little circles there. Circle leg on the socket. And then reverse the circles. Extend the leg forward, really stretch it out. Shake those legs. You feel like your waistline has dropped a little bit, that you're more grounded than before. And we'll reach your band and place that band on your right foot for those circles. Bend is wide across the ball of the foot at the top of the arch. You lift it up into the ceiling and choke up on the band. So it gives you some support. Soft point with the foot and then a flex. So a couple of those, just articulating here through your foot. And you end in a point, a soft point, and we circulate across the body. Inhale, it reaches across to the left, it goes low, out to the right, and up to the ceiling. So one breath per circle. You start with a short, deep inhale for a quarter of the distance, and then exhale all the way around. Keep exhaling, exhaling to the top, and then you're grateful and glad for that first inhale. Pump the air in quickly, and then expel it slowly. As you continue the circle, we reach again. The right hip is pulling back as the right leg reaches out to the left. The left hip pulls back and down as the right leg moves out to the right. We're going to complete the circle, come to the top, pause, and get a little extra stretch in the back of the leg. Soft point through the foot, in case that's changed, and we rotate the leg externally to take it to the right. Pivot from your elbows. The forearms follow the path of the leg, the angle of the strap, and keep reaching out and pulling back to the opposite hip. As that changes as the leg circles. And to get the most work out of the abdominals here, the shortest inhale possible, the longest exhale possible for every single circle that you work. One more time. Come up to the top, feel that stretch. You can walk your hands up the strap, pull the strap down in towards your chest, so the foot is sort of lowering towards the sternum. And then we can take the ends of the band in your right hand and open that right leg out to the right, elbow to the ground, left hand on the hip bone, to be sure the pelvis stays level and balanced here, regardless of any weight or tightness in the right leg. Giving that right leg a teeny tiny little bounce. So you feel more muscle stretch open, or tissue lengthen. And then exhale, pull the leg up to the ceiling. And we'll switch the hand here, crossing it over, extending the right arm. Look at that hand and pick up your left hip if that works for your body. Or rotate the leg internally to get a little more stretch into the low back and the glute. And use your left hand to pull the right leg closer to the shoulder, closer to the wall behind you. Exhale to unwind the body, bring the leg up in the air as the right hip comes down on the mat. Stretch the leg back again, and then fold it into your chest, and the band slides off. Brace it in tight, just watch that the knee is happy with the compression here. Otherwise, you hold onto the back of the thigh and don't let it close all the way. The joint would be a little more open. And then we can slide that leg forward, shake it out. And you really should feel an extraordinary difference between the tightness and length in the two legs. Yeah, give me a thumbs up on that one. Thank you. And so next we'll take the band, because the left leg is really so telling us it needs the same treatment. Fair is fair, so here we go. And we'll choke up on the band. And lift the front. And here, do a couple of point flexes. Inhale to point, exhale to flex. Heel both toe and toe both heel. And point here. And now we circle, bring the leg across the body. Left leg moves right. Bring it low. Keep exhaling all the way out to the side. Exhale, 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 exhale to the top. And breathe again. Fill the lungs to capacity, and then exhale, slide the air out of your mouth a little bit at a time. Enjoy the feeling of like moving in space. There's an internal rotation as it crosses over, it goes neutral at the bottom, external rotation as it comes out to the left, and neutral at the top. So you feel this continual mobility of the femur on the surface of the hip socket. And the more you push out into the strap, the more space you're going to have for this movement of the femur on the joint. To really reach, we also want to lengthen the muscles and create more space in the joints here. One last circle like so. Hip can pull back as the leg reaches forward. Come all the way up to the top at the end of that exhale, pause, and now reverse. So rotate the leg externally, take it to the left, reach forward and around. Remember, hold the elbows low down by your hips and pivot from that elbow point so that the forearms follow the path of the leg, follow the path of the strap. Deeper, shorter inhales are going to help you find more connection, more engagement into the lower abdominals. And that's because the exhale will be longer and more sustained. Let's do one more. Maybe notice how different muscles stretch and support you at different points in the movement. Come up to the top, and here we'll choke up on the band again, and take the band only in the left hand, elbow out to the side, and you open the leg to the left, and rock it a little bit towards your shoulder and away. Try to press down with the right hip, down with the right hand into the right hip, and press the ASIS. And now we lift the leg, work the upper inner thigh, come to the top, switch hands, and I'll take it across the body, reach here, lengthen it out, rotate the leg internally, stretch long through the fingertips, and pull the leg back towards your shoulder. And then we pull the hip down to lift the leg up. Again, give it an extra little stretch in the back line, bend your knee as you need to. And next we can fold the knee into the chest. The band comes off to the side. Hug it in, and then release it forward. Shake out the legs. Big difference from when we started, right? And now we pull the right leg in and rock forward and up for rolling like a ball. So we'll come to the front third of the mat. Edges of the feet together, hands initially on the back of the thighs, eventually onto the shins. You may not want to like jerk into your shoulder for this. So you could try just doing, like first, you could either try like holding onto your shoulders like so, or you could just hold onto your legs and do a mini rock, with just an inch back and an inch forward, or not even that much. Yep. Otherwise, we're rolling. So look down your nose at your abs, elbows wide, curl the tail out toward your shoulder blades, butt in the air, exhale from that. And we're trying to draw a straight line down the mat on the way back and also on the way forward. Your gaze stays down, so you don't smack your head onto the floor. Never a good idea. And you flip the tail up over your face, and then you flip your head out over your tail. One more. You're going to breathe into your back and start the exhale soon enough to bring you up. From here, the ab series. So we're pulling the right leg in and extending the left leg out. Go back to your upper ab curl. And pull the elbows wide, the knee in tight. Inhale to switch your legs. And exhale to switch again. Of course, you only pull the knee in as deeply as you can. And again, the issue people could hold the thigh so that the knee can't fold in more than you want it to. Anyway, we end with the left leg in, both knees in, and stretch here. Arms lift, legs lift, arms circle and embrace the knees in. So you can reach up and circle forward. Try to keep in your deep upper curl without falling flat. If you take the arms too far back, you will flatten out the spine. So you have to evaluate that and modulate the movement so that you hold the work in your core and not feel it in your neck. Pull it in, and then let's lay the head down. Turn the head side to side, speaking next. And then we'll take ourselves up into our upper curl again. Lift the right leg up, left leg forward. Now push the right leg forward a bit to bring you into a deeper curve. Look down at your navel and inhale to switch the legs and switch again. Your chin is tucked in towards the base of your throat. Your gaze is looking down your nose into the abdominal wall. And try to get a nice stretch in the back of the leg as you pull it in towards your chest. And as you try to pull the chest up towards the leg. We're going to end with the left leg up, hands behind your skull. Pull the right leg up next to the left one, elbows forward and down, deep upper ab curl again. And the legs press away for double leg lower lift, and then you exhale to lift them. Now here, discretion is the better part of valor, right? So let's see if we can just take the legs forward enough that you feel a lot of work in your abs, but you don't get into your back in a way that is going to be treacherous for your body. So you release the feet across the ceiling and slightly down on the inhale, and then you exhale to lift them back up. And one more time. We're working to strengthen those deep hip flexors and psoas muscles with this. And now we twist to the right and then to the left. Rocking from one side to the other, but coming forward and up with the chest as you look down and in, outside line of your hip. The leg that extends shoots straight up the socket, the other leg pulls in towards your chest, and you try to lift your armpit to the inside of that leg. We can come back to center, lay it down, and again, just turn your head easy from one side to the other. And then we'll slide the legs forward. Reach the arms up to the ceiling, and a little bit back if you can, and then we're lifting to come up, roll up, and open the legs for spine stretch. If you do better sitting elevated here on the yoga block, go ahead and do that. That helps if your hamstrings and the back line of your body are tight. And then we'll take the arms forward, pressing the arms out long, parallel to the ground. And as you reach with the fingers, pull back with the blades just a little. Look down your nose, tip your chin towards your throat, and then move your head to move your neck. And then think of moving the shoulders, following the movement of the head out and down into space. It dives down towards the space between your knees. And the belly pulls back, the tail pulls forward and up towards your forehead. And press through your heels, press through your sits bones, sink the tail and zip your back up on an imaginary wall. Come up gradually, and at the end, your gaze is on the horizon, soft focus. Look down. 7 vertebrae in the neck, be sure you feel them move. Before you get into the shoulders, floating forward in an arc as if they're coming up and over a large ball here. Let the ball support the feeling of buoyancy as the belly moves back into your spine. And then imagine that ball rolling up in front of your body. The brushing lifts the chest, lifts the heart, lifts the chin, lifts the eyes. One more time. We want this really to be sequential and not move the body in any big chunks, right? We're thinking one vertebra after the next. When one moves, it pulls the other over and down, which moves the next one in line over and down again. And it's the same thing from the bottom to the top, starting with the tail drawing down. Each vertebra one by one float back up into position into the natural spinal curves. Okay, we'll go forward here in order to transition. So we dive over, hold onto your legs, And we're gonna pull them in to a balance point. Here, the hands can be inside the legs, wrapping over the top of the ankle, shin bone there, or you can hold on to the back of your thighs easier. And whichever you choose, we're gonna take the right leg up, stretch it, and exhale, bring it back down, and then the left. That's good, working to hold your balance here, and then the right again, it's up, shoulder stays down, and then the left lifts, and pull it back. Now both legs, rise, and then fall. Let's lift again and hold it. Narrow the legs, lift just the width of your shoulders, of your armpits, and look at your belly. Curl the tail up to roll back to your blades. Open leg. Rocker after doing the open leg balance. So you try to get the hips in the air without touching the mat with your head. The hair, of course, can touch just on the skull. Definitely not the neck. So roll here, and exhale, come up. Close the legs, bend your knees. Reach the arms forward and articulate down for corkscrew. We're going to practice one of the exercises to take us in eventually to the advanced corkscrew. But for right now, we're just doing a bridge up. So arch press down, feet are grounded. Curl the toe forward and up, and slide your knees forward to open your bridge. From this point, rotate your hips and your chest to the right, still holding your body in the same plane. The spine is still centered over the middle of the mat. Come down on the right side of your body. Tap the hip down, maybe the glute, and then keep the same rotation to your right as you come up. You still want to feel the work to the inside of the legs and the inside of the feet. And then at the top, we rotate to the left. So we're coming down the left side of the body. It's like your body's on a diagonal slant. And then you're coming up on the left side. Push through your feet, use your glutes, particularly at the top as you center, and then spin to the right, going down here. And then come from the glute all the way up to the tip of the shoulder blades, still with the tilt to the right. Gaze should be up and centered, so you feel that little bit of twist into your neck and your throat. And we're coming up on the left. And then down the center line. So that will eventually turn into a jackknife with a twist in the air as you come up and down off the mat. Here we go. For regular corkscrew, the intermediate level is done with or without the strap around your feet. Elbows are forward and down, soft point with the foot up. And we hold the hips steady initially as we take the legs over to the right, forward and around, back to the left, complete the circle at the top, and then let's reverse it. You might start with a circle the size of a baseball, go to, I don't know, like a small watermelon. And then as you advance, you might think, let's take the feet over and lift the opposite hip. And then the circles get bigger, but not so large that you feel like you're back to plane. But you really want to roll from one hip to the other with control. And this is done slowly so that you feel the work of your obliques really supporting the movement and actually controlling the movement, because you're moving your legs from the rotation of the pelvic girdle on the mat. We're going to go from one side to the other. So we're going to the right now, forward and down a little bit. Don't scoop it too low. Tip the right hip up to come bring your legs to the left. Pull the left hip up to bring it back to center. And now the right hip rises to bring your legs to the left. You circle forward and around. Pick up your left hip, the legs move right. Come back to center. And see if you can go to a degree of mobility in the pelvic girdle that challenges your ability not to fall over here on your side. And still get maximum work in the core. And of course, it's easier to do a bigger circle if you have the support of the TheraBand. Harder, and eventually it's done without. Okay, when you've gone from right to left, you can pull the legs in, veer back to the side, and we roll up to sitting for our song. It's a little wider than the mat. Again, you can elevate your hips on a block, on a book, even on the roller if necessary. And we rotate to the right and dive over the left leg, back over this high, come upright center, and then spin and dive here. Right arm reaches over the left and reach the arms long out in each direction. Like that, twist, dive, and stretch. And it could be a nice bonus, if you're getting a little stretch of the inner thighs, as well as the back of the legs. And when we're here, if the shoulders are an issue, you might do better having your hands like here or even here, right? And then just try to tip the shoulder down, up, and then tip the shoulder down on the other side. Okay, so let's come up to standing now for a standing swan. So for this, we start with the hands on the low abs. And so the thumbs are below the navel, the pinky fingers are above the pubic bone, and we push in, and we stand a little sideways. And then you press in the flesh, and you start to pull it up. So in your mind, you're pulling the navel up about an inch, and then you're lifting the abdominal wall here until you get to the ribs. Flip the palms open to the ceiling, the feet are in, the thumbs are out, and then try to lift each rib one by one. You go up to the chest, go up to the chest, slide your hips along the sternum to the collarbones, and then pull the hands across the collarbones. Drop your elbows back and behind you, and then if you want, you can take the head further back, maybe supporting it with your hands to really stretch the throat. And then we zip it up from the bottom to the top. Yes, you're good. And let's do that again. So hands start low. Press in. You're trying to elongate the front of the body while you're short of the back. Not letting the belly move forward in space. Imagine a wall in front of you, and one behind you, you're right in between those walls, and without pushing the belly forward, you go up and then rest the shoulder blade tips on the wall behind you. Pick up the heart, pick up the chest, and expand the front of the body as you pull the elbows wide back and down. And you lean back, support your head if you don't want to go that far. And then zip it up bottom to top again. And just bounce your shoulders. Everyone feel lifted? Yeah, your posture looks amazing. And now it should be effortless for the rest of the day. And if not, do this again. Okay, good. So here, let's lay onto our sides. We're just going to do a little bit of the clamp. And hips are stacked, knees are stacked, feet are stacked. And you can take both hands behind your head, or you can take one hand into the hip socket, point into the joint. But we'll keep the edges of the feet together as you rotate the top knee up and then exhale, pull it down. So it's just like a clamshell. You're opening the shell and then closing it. Lift and return. And it's important that you work into the joint so that you're not rotating from the waist to pull the knee up by pulling the hip back, right? So you want to stay right on your side seam as you pull the knee up and then bring it back in. Or more like that. And then extend the knee up, straighten the knee. When you bend the knee, the foot should go right back edge to edge with the bottom foot and then close it down. So first we rotate the femur, then we straighten the leg, then we fold at the knee, and then we close the knee down. Do it again. Spiral up, extend, bend, and close. One more. If you do this correctly, you're going to feel a lot of work into this glute medius here at the top of the thigh. Next, fire hydrant. You pick the leg up from that same place. So you pull the knee up and then lower it down. It stays pulled long. Lift and then lower. Do it again and bring it down, and one more time. Okay, and then to the other side. Come up. Swing around, switch your legs. And the heel should be in line with your tailbone. All right, and support your head or take your hand in front of the chest. We open the knee up and close it down. Pull the knee up and lift it. Rise here and release. Naomi, try this on your back and just do the one side. Yeah, unless your shoulder's okay now. And then pull the knee up, extend the leg, bend the knee, and lower the knee down. So inhale to lift, exhale straighten, bend here, and exhale lower. Up, reach, bend your knee, and lower down. Do that again, up, and extend, fold, and close. One more, up, straighten, fold, and down. The fire hydrant here, pull it open, bring it down, lift, and lower. And again, you don't want to move too fast through this because you do want to feel the work of the glute medius, both lifting and controlling the descent. One more, and down we go. And let's come onto hands and knees. And here, just do a little bit of a cat-cow. So we're going to press down to your knees and your hands to drop your head and pull the tail towards your gaze, stretching your back, and then sink back with your butt towards your heels. Come forward. Don't force your knees, only go where it works. And then once we're back, we're going to arch the back, lift your tail, lift your chest up, elbows can bend a little bit back. And again, slide back as far as your body's comfortable, and then keep the arch back as you come forward, shoulders over, hands over wrists. First before down, curve the waist up, in that Halloween cat position, how appropriate. And then we're curve coming up, and now arch, cow position, come up, head up, eyes up, sink back, come forward, and again, lift your waist. The ribs are going to come up between the shoulder blades, the head hangs low, look for your tail, and keep that curve back, that flex back position to go back. And then forward, and arch, back again, and forward once more. Okay, good. And then from here, we're just going to end with one more rolling exercise. So, seal. And you can have your arms between your legs, wrap your hands around the ankles, pick up your feet, curl the tail up, balance on the base of your sacrum, and open and close the legs, counting 1, 2, 3. And that could be enough. However, if you want to roll, you curl the tail up, lift your butt, up 1 to 3 times with your feet in the air, and then you come back to balance with the feet off the ground and pump again. So we Roll back, you push the legs into the arms into the legs. Definitely keep your gaze fixed on your belly, because if you throw your head back on any of the rolling exercises, you end up flattening your spine, and planks don't roll very well, right? So keep the gaze down. To allow the spine to be more ball-like and less plank-like. Okay, we are good for today. Thank you guys so much for showing up for class and keeping me company here on another gorgeous day in Swarthmore.